Now, while Lavender Town has a great deal of things in it that are worth doing, I can't really do all of them until I get a specific item. So I'm actually going to be going all the way to Celadon. Alright, but thankfully, I also have the monies! So, just gonna stock up on some premature healing items. And I just realized I haven't used any repels, especially compared to other people. Actually, really, this is kind of a weird thing I want to do, but I actually want to catch Pokemon specifically in Pokeballs. It's kind of a weird, specific thing, but I just like doing it. Anyway, let's go down to Route 12 and now check out this house. My Pokemon's My Pokemon's ashes are stored in Pokemon Tower. You can have this TM. I don't need it anymore. Ah, man. TM is a move called Return. If you treat your Pokemon good, it will return your love by working its hardest in battle. Man. For a second, I thought that it was going to make some really sad thing like Return, like my Pokemon will never be able to do ever again. Alright. Don't turn around. Thank you. Don't do that shit. Don't sneak up on me, sir. I want to get back here. You! I got baited. There's no question about it. I got baited. I once baited 10 guys with an ampersand. Baited 10 guys. Alright. So, Tentacruel. I know he's especially defensive guy, so he's probably not going to take these rock slides particularly well. Goldeen. Right, that one got away. Alright. Oh, this... Wow! The double trap! The Fishing Fool versus the Pokemon Kid. The double trap. He put the illusion down that I would have to face him no matter what. So I had to sit for a little bit to contemplate whether or not I should go up to him. However, during that time, bam, he planned a sneak attack, a sudden spin move to catch me off guard, to just hit me when I was not expecting him. Thankfully, his Pokemon aren't that good. You touch too much. Anyway. Oh my god. These fishermen are dirty. Dirty. Dirty tactics managers. Oh man. I thought that the guy who gives you the good rod was actually before the Snorlax. I didn't realize he's after. Comfortable deep slumber. I didn't realize how ridiculous Snorlax actually was in the first gen of games because I didn't use him right because I thought I was like, okay, I'll just use whatever moves he has on him, and I thought they were really lame. But I didn't realize that his special stat combined with amnesia is kind of insane. Anyway, all right, so let's get back. Oh my god. I guess I really shouldn't be. I guess I really shouldn't be impressed or surprised by people that have reasonable eyesight. But I figured that was far away enough. Oh my god, dear. I really should have healed at the Pokemon Center to get my PP back. Follow Me is a really clever move if you know how to use it right, and the way to use it is in a double battle. So this person definitely doesn't know how to use it right. She is made of dumb. Alright. Well, she did one thing right. She used up my cross chops, and now my Fury Swipes is failing me. This is like when I'm playing Persona 3. Jesus. It says, you know, it says, oh, it's an 80% ratio. Just like in Persona, it says, oh, it's a 90% ratio. And then it feels like, instead of 80, it feels like it's 50. And instead of 90, it feels like it's 40. Alright. Don't be so mean to my Clefairy. Where the Clefairy evolves when it's exposed to a moonstone. I know it's true. You should have listened to me. I hate your guts. Anyway. Alright, back here with my restored peepees. Here's a bunch of trainers I could face. Including that double battle. Let's see if I can get around it without needing to actually face anybody. Alright. Wow, you don't even need this grass, but I'm actually going to go into it because I want to see which Pokemon I can catch. I don't actually know which Pokemon are in this route, and I know that also there are some decent items that are hidden here in this very patchy grass patch. Ooh, meow! Oh, I already caught him. It's so weird to see Pokemon that you thought you had and then realize, oh, I don't have them. Well, that just makes me sad. I do already have them, so why don't I have the fulfillment? Jesus, that was a sad, somber note to try to, like, transition from seeing a Pokemon I already caught. Wow, Meowth are really common here. Oh, hey, I found a hidden berry. Those are always nice. Except when you use your only berry of that type accidentally, and then don't know how to get more. That's what isn't nice. Oh, actually, I think a Lumberry is probably like the best of all the berries, if I remember correctly, because Lumberry actually heals all the status effects. Ooh, Rostberry. Monday Night Rostberry. Alright, come on. Turn around without moving. Jeez. Okay, there it goes. Nothing there. You gotta do it again. Come on. Come on. Come on. I got it. Okay, and there isn't anything there either. Okay, so I searched this patchy field and found all the berries that I possibly can in it. Unless they're hidden in, like, the walls. Whoa! Okay, I did not know this guy was here. Growlithe. Growlithe. Like, Growlithe was always Pokemon I knew was good. I didn't realize how good he got. I don't know how good he could be. But I chose not to use him in this playthrough, really just because I didn't want to copy Conroy. Because I think he used... yeah, I believe he used his... I believe he named his RK9 and, like, the number 9. It's actually pretty good. Pretty clever. Alright. Growlithe was caught. So I'm judging by the fact that I can catch out Growlithe here that Vulpix is probably out of the question. That was usually the trade-off with these with Pokemon of these gens, is that was that if you wanted to have one Pokemon, you couldn't have the other. Actually, I should probably also check my berry pouch. So yeah, all these are for status healing, and one for PP. Alright. But I cannot remember for the life of me how you can actually get more of any of these. I gotta look into that. Anyway, on the other side of this is a guy wondering about that Snorlax. So, remember, every time we're going into an underground tunnel, we're making our way underneath Celadon City. Because the guards are really thirsty, and the roads are closed, and they have nothing in common. So anyway, let's just check through this patch of grass. Which is probably... That patch of grass is actually an interesting variation on a lot of the other ones. And so is the one on the other side of Saffron. Did I say Celadon? I meant Saffron City. On the other side of Saffron City, which was that patchy one where you found all those berries. In both of these cases, the patch of grass is deliberately out of your way. You have to deliberately go into it. It's not like a couple of the other ones. Oh, I didn't catch an Oddish? It's not like some of these other ones where it's an obstacle. No, here, it is an option. I think it might be the case of we've already used it enough as an obstacle. And if you actually see a lot of the areas, there has been less of a focus on, okay, here you go, you gotta go through the grass. It's more of either choose the grass or choose the trainers. Who is more ferocious? Sweet. Okay, so I caught an Oddish. And even if I did have more Pokemon I could catch here, I don't have any Pokeballs, so I have to move on. By the way, just one little note here, though. I don't know why, but I just find it adorable how, like, every time you step in one plane of grass, the grass just rockets up to the top of your head immediately, as if someone's just dumping leaves onto you. But finally, it is time. It's a time that I'm sure a couple of you guys have been waiting for. It is time to end the reign of FunkyMonky, because I'm about to get my next Pokemon. Ooh! Wow. Okay, hold on. I did not know that Growlithe could actually carry berries. That was really interesting. He doesn't even have pickup, I think. No, he doesn't, because he used Intimidate on me. Now, before we go into purchasing power, I'm going to go and get a free Pokemon. So at the back of this building, which is actually, from what I understand, a game design building. This is actually like a building where they design games, and there's someone actually outright called the game director. There's nothing I don't know. Like I wrote on the blackboard, I know the world of Pokemon and your Gameboy Advance. Get together with your friends and enjoy trading Pokemon. This is a weirdly surreal moment, and we just steal this guy's Eevee. Whew! Eevee is, well, to call it the most, well, it's the building block to the most diverse set of Pokemon I can think of. But, yeah, it's the building block to the most diverse set of Pokemon. Again, this is one I really contemplated using. I wanted to use either Jolteon or Espeon or Umbreon. Umbreon or Espeon, I could not, I actually didn't figure out how I could do that. So I just chose not to do it. Jolteon, I didn't, like, most of his best moves, unfortunately, as far as I could find, like, ate into other Pokemon planning moves, or were just not viable. And I think that's kind of it. And also, like, it's always the issue of, but everyone does him. You know, which might be a hipster attitude, if you want to call it that. But it's sort of, well, first of all, I'm producing content for online consumption, so you gotta stand out. And, and the other thing is like, well, I could make something you guys, I could show you guys something you've already seen before, but you've already seen it before. Anyway, here's a bunch of TMs I could use if I wanted to. I remember I did the stupidest thing when I was younger, which was I just gave all my Pokemon Hyper Beam for no reason. You know, kind of stupid, but kind of awesome at the same time. I didn't know that was on the first floor. I thought it's usually on the third floor. Man, they really don't want me to get regular Pokeballs. Alright, I guess I'll get Great Balls. Only option you're giving me, bro. Alright. It's gonna be, since I'm gonna buy all, I think I'm actually gonna bankrupt myself at the moment, because, for one thing, a couple of the areas ahead, actually, okay, there aren't that many new Pokemon in the areas ahead, but an issue I'm gonna have is, I might just end up getting completely slaughtered in this next area, so it might be better off if I just, like, completely get rid of all my money. In retrospect, I probably should have waited until I went through all the floors first, but let's see what I got here. Finally finished Pokemon. Dunya, how about I teach you a good move? Is counter. Counter. A smart player, a really smart player can use counter really well, but it's really not that useful for, it's really not that useful for casual play as far as I've seen, because the trainers just here just use whatever the frickin' hell they want. Anyway, I just skipped over 2 items that would actually be really useful, which is a Firestone and a Pokédoll. A Pokédoll I have to have on hand in case I burglarize someone's house. And the Firestone will be used just for... Oh, God! I forgot about... I want to purchase these. Because X items are hilarious. Ah, man. My sister is a trainer, believe it or not. But she's walking on air. Never thought she'd feel so free. Thirsty, I want something to drink. She'll give you some... Why did I spend all my money? Okay, I have a nugget I haven't sold. So I'm going to use that and then buy some drinks. Because I believe this girl gives you in exchange for some drinks, she'll give you some TMs. But that is from my memory, where also one of the TMs is Rock Slide, which is now a move tutor move. So, let's see what she actually gives me. Fresh water. You can have this. Oh, I got TM16. Light screen. That's actually it's a really good move competitively. Actually, even casually, if you're really smart about it. Safeguard. That's a move that, like, even in competitive play, when I see it, I'm like, that's only really good if like, your opponent's strategy goes entirely on causing status effects. Which, unfortunately, I had a team in which it did do that. By the way, Gengar and Klefki, with one using Thunder Wave and the other using Will-O-Wisp for coverage, is kind of insane when you get to pull it off. Anyway, I think that last one was Reflect, which is much like Light Screen, really, really smart if you have a team that works with it. Anyway, so now I can buy the Pokédoll, and I can buy the Firestone. As at the moment I have no plans for using Growlithe, I'm just going to immediately use it on him simply for the sake of dex filling. Alright. Now, I'm going to go to the front of the... That's what it's called? The Celadon Mansion? Okay, well, in the Celadon Mansion is this old woman. Shouldn't spend all your money on drinks. Try this instead. Tea. That's a drink. Nothing beats thirst like hot tea. It really is the best. For some reason, I've always thought thirst is best quenched with something cold, but think that may be my own preference. I think it's because, like, anything warm kind of reminds me of anything dry. Anyway. Oh, that tea. It looks awfully tasty. Can I have some of this drink? If you want to go to Saffron City, go on through. I'll share this tea with the other guards. I'll go another time, but I wanted to get that out of the way. Anyway, I've teased you guys long enough. It is now time for the next party member. First, cut down this bush. HM Slave used cut. And, oh dear. Get around that double battle. How'd you get in? Good effort. And talk to this woman in the house. My secret retreat. Don't tell anyone I'm here. I'll make this up for. I'll make it up for you with this. This is of every other time, every other generation. Well, I guess not every other generation, since this is technically 2 generations across. But every other time they've given you fly, they've made really sure you get it. HM02 is fly. It's a wonderfully convenient move. Please put it to good use. And I will, because there is no delay this time, folks. There is no let's go on our way to get him. We'll get him here, and we'll get him quickly. Because here is the next member of my party. Yep. You thought, I'm sure you guys are thinking, oh, what flying type move would he, what flying type is he gonna pick? Is it gonna be Dragonite or Fearow? You know, anyone will do. Dodo or Doduo. Oh my. So anyway, let's welcome Dodzy onto this party. A two-headed Pokemon that was discovered as a sudden mutation. I'm interested as to what the heck this was a mutation of. I take it that it's supposed to be like an emu or something. It runs at a pace of over 60 miles an hour. Now, is that in sudden bursts or extended? It's difficult to say. I have a million names I'd like to call this guy, but most of them are pretty generic, so I'm just gonna go with Dodzy. Alright, that looks kind of silly the way it's written, actually. I don't know, maybe it'll get more adorable the way I say it. Anyway. Now, Dodzy is a bit underleveled compared to FunkyMonky. So, I'm actually going to be leveling him up a bit. And as a way of making sure he has a decent move, I'm going to teach him Fly immediately. Alright, let's see what moves he had. Okay, well, I guess I'll just replace the flying type move that he already had. The thing is, one of the other moves I plan on teaching Dodzy here is actually Return, which I already have. But I don't want to be tempted into using it, because if I use it now, it will probably be one of his weakest moves, because his affection level for me is 0. Now, before I get into the... Whoa, what the hey? A scientist man. Oh, what am I to do? Someone stole our Silph Scope. The thief came running over here, I'm sure of it. But I lost sight of him. Where'd he go? Alright. Well, one little thing... I can't... Oh, no! They don't have the garbage cans. Alright, well, I get the coin case so I can gamble. But, the thing... they don't have the garbage cans, because in gold and silver, you couldn't really get leftover. One of the few ways to get more leftovers, if I remember correctly, was to actually, like, just search through the garbage cans, and there was leftovers. Oh shit, Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack is actually kind of his signature move in a way. It's actually pretty, actually, yeah, it is pretty good. Especially compared to some of the attacks I have here. And it's ridiculous ability of just like, oh yeah, you have 10% chance of, there's like a 10% chance of getting a status effect. But it's really weird the way it works. I'm actually going to use it, I'm going to use it over Fury Attack. It seems a lot more reliable. Okay, and now with a Doduo at a level of 22, I'm gonna try to see if I can take this gym leader on. This gym is great. It's full of women. Anyway, let's enter this gym. Celadon Pokemon Gym. Leader Erica. Winning trainers, balls. Anyway, as he said, it's this is a gym exclusively consisting of women. I actually think that the Pokemon gym leader music actually takes away from this area, because I've always kind of thought that the area feels like it should be very serene. There's also like another area that I've always felt like should have been more tense and foreboding, but they kind of made it just like, oh no, it's just another gym. Maybe it'd be asking too much to have all the gym leaders have their own music, but that would be really, really damn cool. Anyway, it looks like I'm not completely over-leveled yet. My physical attacking team at this point, which at this point it basically is, may not sweep these guys, but should be able to handle them okay. Alright. Now, I'm actually, unlike other trainers where I've avoided battling, or other gyms, I'm actually going to deliberately fight all of them, specifically just to get the levels for Dodzy here. This is actually, from what I remember, the grass Pokemon pool was actually one of the most diverse in the first generation of Pokemon games. It's gotten way more diverse, but in this one, it's actually pretty cool pool. It's like the Bulbasaur line, the Oddish line, the Bellsprout line. That might be it, actually. But anyway, oh wait, no, the Paris and Parasect line. Wow, he tanked it. Oh dear. Ah, man, and he has quick feet. He doesn't have, ah, man, he doesn't have, there's a specific ability that Doduo and Dodrio can have where they, like, wake up immediately from going to sleep. Ah, man. Come on. No! Dang it. Ah, man, this is kind of the danger with grass-type Pokemon, that so many of them can just pull out these incredibly brutal status-affecting moves and just knock you down to size. So anyway, with brute power, FunkyMonky wins. Oh, that's an eye-opener. And I've returned from the Pokemon Center. Anyway, let's just take these ones up from the front. Only real ladies are allowed in here. That'd have been quite amusing if this had a scene like in Final Fantasy VII where it was just like, time for cross-dressing. And I just realized, I was thinking for a second, I was like, wait. I was like, oh yeah, because the protagonist is male always in Pokemon. But now I just realized, wait, no, I'm playing a female character. It's just implying, it's just like, oh, you need to have some class, some sass, and some grass. I'm actually very, very glad there's so many Bellsprouts and Weeping Bells here. It's weird that a grass-type Pokemon would give you attack EVs, but they're the ones who do it really well. So anyway, Dodzy is really starting to get up there in levels now. Oh, welcome. I was getting bored. This whole gym has like a theme of, or just a continuation of just, oh, I'm tired, I'm feeling drowsy, or like, there's something about, I think it's just the idea of the garden, just like, place to relax, or just look at your hard work at. And they're not in the middle of gardening. And this seems really off topic, but the thing is, there's not much to actually talk about with these battles, because with Dodzy, I just kind of bowl over them and destroy them with the power of flight. How exactly Dodzy can fly is beyond me. Well, it doesn't appear to have any wings. Generally, that's a sign of, you know, not really being able to fly. Unless he does that one thing, which is like, I can't remember what effect it is, but it's if you spin while moving fast enough, you get a force in a different direction. Well, alright. Time for the final cut here. Well, it's not final. Alright. So yeah, no matter which way you go, you gotta face at least a couple of sets of trainers. Welcome to Celadon Gym. Better not underestimate the nice ladies here. I love how they had to preface that with, we're all nice, but don't underestimate us. Wow, 5 Pokemon. These are actually very large teams now that I think about it. Because I always remembered, like, the first generation for having, like, for trainers that just had way too few Pokemon. Little did I know that, like, Gen 6, there would be so many trainers in that game where it would just be, oh wow, they don't have a full team. In this one, I'm surprised with how many already have full teams. But I think this kind of is the biggest exposure of the repetitive Pokemon syndrome, which is that you just have so many of the same Pokemon or the same evolution chain. Anyway, so far my investment into putting Fly on Dodzy very, very early has been very, very much to his benefit, as he's just been sweeping these teams by flying into the stratosphere and getting out of the way of any oncoming attackers. Okay, now I've taken care of all the women in this gym except the gym leader. I'll come back after restoring my PP and getting one item from the mall, or whatever that thing's called. Okay, now with a few X attacks and X defends, let's take on the gym leader, Erica. Hello, lovely weather, isn't it? It's so pleasant. Oh dear, I must have dozed off. Welcome. My name is Erica. I'm the leader of Celadon Gym. I'm the student of the art of flower arranging. My Pokemon are solely of the grass type. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you wished to challenge me. Very well. But I shall leave. But I shall not lose. Leader Erica would like to battle. Sends out her victory bell. Alright, now to start things off, I'm gonna scumbag tactic her like crazy. So let's go for some defense. Ah, she's gonna scumbag me back, wow. So in this case, I'm gonna double my layer of scumbaggery. 2x defense. See how much damage this does. Wow, it actually would have done a lot had I chosen to not do that. Anyway, X attacks. Alright. Now, the very scary thing about X attacks is that, or really X defends, is that if you get critted, no matter what you just tried, you're gonna get screwed. So anyway, let's heal up Dodzy before it takes any more acid damage. Ooh, Giga Drain. Wow! Oh, I think it's because it's a special type attack, probably. So let's go for another X attack, and she still goes for acid. This is very strange. So anyway, I already have 3 X attacks, so my attack is at 2.5 times its normal power. Jesus. Okay. And now, I already know that Dodzy is going to outspeed all of her Pokemon, because in general, Grass-type Pokemon, with the exception of like Sceptile, are mostly really slow. Alright. So, with all this power and all this plotted out, Flies should take her out very, very easily. Wow! I was really getting the impression that wasn't going to finish her off, and that all that money I spent on X attacks has gone to waste, but no, it worked. Alright, next up, Tangela. Okay, I actually Tangela, as far as I've seen, is actually pretty crappy as a Pokemon. Ingrain is actually a really good attack for an enemy, especially considering some of the invisible rules they kind of go by, which is like, most notably, they don't withdraw unless you pull out something like Shedinja. Anyway, now it's her final Pokemon, Vileplume. Vileplume and its parallel evolution, oh yes! I took them all out with one hit. Vileplume and her parallel evolution, Bellossom, both are really bad. I actually wanted Bellossom to be really good because it was actually tricky to get the Sunstone. Oh, I concede defeat. You are remarkably strong. I must confer unto you the Rainbow Badge. Butts got 2,900 Pokeyen for winning. The Rainbow Badge will make Pokemon up to level 50 obey. It also allows Pokemon to use Strength in and out of battle. Please also take this with you. Butts received TM19. It contains Giga Drain. Half the damage it inflicts is drained to heal your Pokemon. Wouldn't you agree that it's a wonderful move? It actually is a really dang good move. Its power is not that strong at only 75, but for a draining move that, you know, obviously will heal you in addition to damaging the opponent, yeah, really good. I always remember being very unimpressed by it when I used it, but I think that's because Meganium's special stat I recall being really unremarkable. Anyway, so it looks like Dodzy did his job. Did everything really dang well. So good job there, Dodzy. I will award you by actually using. Oh wait, I should not be giving it to him like that. By giving you a better normal type move. You did good, bro. So let's go, Dodzy. Learn, return. Get rid of growth. Growl, not growth. Dodzy learned return. Okay. So whatever part this was, that's gonna have to be it for this part of Let's Play Pokemon Firered. Join me next time when I inspect the Celadon... what is it called? Game Corner. And try to find some of its secrets. See you guys then.